Shalom Vracha. We're trying to understand what's going on with us in life, and many times we are pushing our thoughts and our hopes into the picture. Sometimes, even when you are a truth seeker, you have some very deep inner fears, or you have some very strong passions that are holding you back from realizing what the real truth is, a real deep inner truth, more inner than the truth, that is like the core of truth, that is the beginning of truth, of the godly will. For an example, I said it once or twice in classes. If now a person is terrified from every electric bill, power bill that comes to his house, and like he's under a lot of pressure and he's under a lot of stress because of bills. Okay, let's say, like for an example, a fear from payments, from expenses, from bills. Now, think of your fear. You're afraid that they will cut off the electricity. You don't want, if someone will ask you why you're so bothered, you said, what? They can cut off my power. I don't want them to shut off my power. Okay. What's the source of the problem? Is the problem really begins because you are afraid to be left in your house with no power? Really, that's the reason? The reason is that you're afraid now that the things in the refrigerator will not get so cold. The reason is that you are afraid to sit in the dark. You're afraid that your alarm system in the house will not work. Like what do you need? The TV to work, to be able to charge your phone? No, it's not the power. So what is the reason? Why you're afraid? You're afraid of certain embarrassments that you're afraid to deal with, that might reveal, you might face them when the power will be off. For an example, let's say that the power will be off. Now your wife, she will scream your head off and she will rebuke you. How can it be? You didn't pay on time, you don't make enough money. For an example, we're picking one option, one example, and like take that example and reflect it to any other thing in your life. You're not afraid that the power will be off. You're afraid from your own fears of what will happen if the power will be off. You understand? For an example, a person is terrified from coronavirus. He is terrified. He made the sanitizers and the masks his best friends in the world. He's walking to every place with it. Even in the car, when he's alone with the windows closed and the air condition ventilates only from inside the vehicle, he wears the mask. Okay, like he became totally paranoid. He is washing his hands every 20 minutes, even when he's alone in the house, always washing and losing his mind and getting into a crazy pressure. Now that person that is going through that fear, you're going to ask him, why are you so afraid? Why are you going through so much pressure? He's going to tell you the coronavirus. There are viruses. I'm losing my mind. I don't want to be infected. You say I don't want to catch the virus. I don't want this. The truth is that he's not afraid to be sick. He's afraid of his own feelings, of his own lack of confidence. I remember myself a few years ago. I had some health issue. And if you would ask me before that health issues, that issue that I had, if you would ask me, are you afraid to die? I would tell you for sure not. I can talk to you about it. I could, back then, talk to you about it. I would sit with you for hours. I would explain to you that there is only Hashem, and that Hashem is good, and that Hashem is merciful, and eternal world is like, I would talk for years, for hours, for days. I would just speak with no end about me not being scared of death. But really, I got to a certain point after Hashem took me in a certain journey and shook my stability and pushed me to the corner, and all the efforts that I put to recover from that sickness that I was suffering from back then, like 13 years ago, I all the effort that I put did not help me. And I was praying, and I was like doing hitbodeduyot, and hours of hitbodeduyot. And friends of mine went and did thousands of hours of hitbodeduyot for me. Like the whole yeshiva where I was learning, people went and did 6 hours hitbodedut for me. Like 6 hours, like tens of people. Everyone went and made another hour of hitbodedut, and it was for long days. I know that many people went and did long hours of hitbodedut. Maybe not thousands, but hundreds of hours of hitbodedut for sure. And with all those efforts, and also went to very special, very professional doctors, experts, and stuff like that. With all that, we found ourselves, my family, my wife and I, and my parents, in a situation that no one was able to help me. And I was facing the fear of death. I was not facing death, because you can never know if death is coming or not. You just face the fear of death. I realized that all my efforts, that all the sweat, that all the tears, that all the prayers didn't save me. And I was just going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and it was horrible. And then I realized I am scared of death. I'm not sure. I can talk about it for years. I can talk about it for long days to convince people and to convince myself, but till the moment that you'll get to that corner that you have been pushed to, and there you are being forced to deal with the truth. Now, the truth is something that sometimes is much more inner and that you're scared of than the level of truth that you are willing to deal with. This is why many times in life we are finding ourselves being forced by the Creator to deal with situations that are super not comfortable for us, that are super embarrassing, that are super humiliating, that are super painful, that brings us to moments of despair, and we're facing deep sadnesses and deep fears and depressions and angers and frustration. But all of those, even though they're very hard to deal with, are coming for that purpose, that you will choose to deal with the truth. If you're going to admit the truth that you are facing, that is being shown to you face to face, like is a mirror of your reality, in that moment of fear, of pressure, that truth will set you free from the pain. You will be able to deal with the problems, because the problems are getting more like harder and harder. The issues are pushing you more and more to the corner, only while you refuse to deal with them. Only when you're afraid of the fear itself, not when you deal with the fear. If now someone will tell you, we're cutting off your electricity, your power, if you're going to say, look, okay, now I need to deal with it, you will be able to deal with it. The fact that you don't want to deal with it makes you suffer, makes you lose your mind. And in that way, while you're scared, while you're afraid, you might lose all your life. You might lose all your days, all your nights, all your life, while suffering for no reason. You might find yourself burning days and situations because of your fear. For an example, another example, it can be that the person has someone that is always reminding him of the past, that is rebuking him, that is talking to him in a negative way, always on his back, always like rebuking and provoking. And You're afraid of that situation. That's why it annoys you. This is why it's so hard. This is why it's so painful. Because you don't want to deal with the rebuke. But if you're going to surrender to the supervision of Hashem, of the Creator, and you're just going to stop, hold, and listen to what they say. Try to listen to the message. Don't be annoyed by the fact that you need now to deal with that message. Grab the message. Embrace the message. Let it in. Breathe. Breathe the wisdom of God that being given to you right now by that rebuke. Like the verse is saying, Et asher yohav Hashem yochiach. God rebukes the ones He loves. The rebuke is an evidence for the hope of the Creator from you to change, to take responsibility. The reason why the difficulties are keep on piling, that the challenge is not over, that the snowball is keep on coming closer and closer to you, stronger and larger to you. In reality, the only reason that you are still facing it is because you need to stare into the eyes of truth and accept it. In the moment that you will accept it, you become immortal. You become endless. You become eternal. You are becoming spiritual. Means you are above this situation because your mind is elsewhere. So then even a knife on the throat of a person, even if they're pushing you with your back to the wall, you will find a way out. You will find a wise way out. It might be not the way that you hoped. It might not be as pleasant as you imagined that life could have been, but it will bring you closer and closer to your soul, and you will find more and more of your own nature, of your own true, real existence, of who you really are. And that's the secret. The God is the God of truth. The one we believe in Him. We believe that He exists. We believe in His existence. We believe in His power. And we believe that He is the truth. Means we believe that truly He is there. So we, to attach ourselves to Him, needs to do only one thing. To be truthful. To be honest people. To be loyal and truthful people. And that is it. That is it. You need to be truthful. You need to be a person of truth. And if in every situation that you have a free choice, in any intersection in life that you need to choose to do or not to do, to keep or not to keep, to allow or to forbidden, to agree or to disagree, to accept or to reject, to walk or to stop, to sit or to stand, in every question, to say the truth or to lie, to find an excuse not to hurt the person or to help him face the truth, or maybe to hide the truth as for now for a certain reason. In every situation, if you will just, before you act, before you react, before you become part of the movement, part of the pattern of your life, if you're not surrendering to your fear, you're not surrendering to the pressure, if you're just going to stop and ask yourself, what is the right, true next step? What should I do now? Should I answer? Should I not answer? Should I listen? Should I shut their mouths? Should I argue or should I accept? Should I follow or I should find my own way? Should I rebuke or should I take that rebuke for myself? Should I say or should I not say? Should I pray or should I do a certain effort? In every situation, if you will just be able to hold yourself from acting fast, out of the anger, out of the fear, out of the pressure, out of the lust and the desire, and you're just going to listen to yourself and ask yourself honestly, what is the truth? What should I do now? Should I watch YouTube or should I not? Should I work or should I not? Should I click or shouldn't I click? Because you have an inner voice that always talks to you. that always reveal to you the real will of the Creator, giving you ways of connections to the Creator. Like the verse is saying, Lecha amar libi bakshu panai tamid. And Rashi is explaining on the verse that the meaning was to tell us that Hashem, the Creator, is telling us, to you, the heart, your heart is a messenger from me, from the Creator, to you, to tell you to look for me always. Hashem is telling us, your heart is my speaker, to tell you, to give you advice, how to come closer to me always, in every situation. If now someone asks you a question, you have a thought about that. That thought is something you need to listen to and be truthful to your thought. Be loyal to the true voice of your thoughts. When you're now about to take another bite from the food on your plate, you have a voice. If that bite is too much, is exaggerated for you to eat, it's too much, you're eating from the wrong reasons now, or that you should take another bite. What's your intention? Listen to your true self. When you're going to do that, you will find a ladder that is leading you straight to the highest level that a person can reach. In every moment of your life, you will climb higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and it will never stop. And you're going to find Hashem. You're going to find the Creator. Because God is the God of truth. And He is the revealing of the truth itself. And Hashem is close to everyone who calls Him with truth. When you will call the truth and ask for the truth, and reveal the truth, and investigate for the truth, and seek for the truth, and do the effort for the truth, you will find it. Because Hashem will be close to you, and He's the source of blessing, and all our actions will be blessed and shine from His goodness, of His goodness. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Do the strong things that you can do with your life. Be powerful, be amazing. And may the Creator bless us all as one to rise and shine and bloom like the most beautiful spiritual flowers ever been seen before. Amen.
שום דבר לא יעצור אותי מלהגיע אל תוכי בכל כוחי